Attention gamers. Recently I've been playing a lot of Zerath bot because there's no worse feeling than your support telling you before the game even starts that they are going to be more absent in your life than an OnlyFans girl's father when you are stuck on an ADC with no peel, no CC and no happiness, and despite getting flamed almost every champ select for it, the results for me have been solid. But one thing that I simply will not tolerate is when I am trying to fish during champ select because TikTok has fried my dopamine receptors and I can't not be entertained at all times, and some ass clown bans my pick, and let's not forget that I am both petty and going to hell, so of course I had no choice but to ban his hover in return. And if low elo League of Legends was ever captured as a novel, then our conversation in chat that followed would be the prologue of that book, which ended with me troll picking Lissandra to punish him and him troll picking Soraka mid to punish me. But I mean, take one look at me and ask yourself if I looked like I gave a shit about this man picking an enchanter mid to punish a random stranger who he banned their hover for retaliating. Anyways, it just so turns out that Lissandra is the peanut butter to a jungler's jelly when it comes to setting up ganks, because I'm stickier than a glue stick's jizz, which got my Viego, king of the simps, off to an early lead. It also turns out that in situations where a marksman would have died 30 times because my support scares easily and forgets to shield, I can protect myself and then chase down that horny haybag to steal his lunch money. That said, it didn't stop this brainless dipshit from flaming me every time I died, and my maturity levels are constantly MIA, so I too was that asshole in chat. But I think the epitome of this shit game is when two people who hate each other's guts and are actively trying to lose on purpose can still just shit all over some tryhard who thinks playing an ADC in silver solo queue is a good idea. As the game went on, it became more and more apparent that the utility we both brought instead of going with standard picks was time after time winning us fights, which low-key was just pissing me off even more because it just exploits how bullshit this game is. And thus, as we marched down the base, taking the Nexus, with me typing how much I still hate my mid laner, I came to the realization that even when I am winning in this game, it's making me an angrier person, and I wondered to myself, if I picked what is considered by the internet to be the worst game out there, and played that all night instead, would I be happier at the end of it than I would after 3 more hours of fighting with strangers and winning games like this? So I emailed my deep pocket sugary pimp daddies over at Raid and said, I'll give your game a try for one night and one night only to see if it makes me less pissed off than this shit. They said, how about we pay you for it, which put them off to a good start. And so the rest of this video is a sponsored ad for a game that I unironically enjoyed playing more than League of Legends the last time I was too tilted to play more League. So if you want to see my experience in learning the game, I love you. And if not, here are a bunch of my better League videos that you probably haven't seen and should go check out now instead. Then they told me about all the free crap they will give me just for giving it a try. First off, Raid is doing the wildest come outside, we not gun jump you event.
Open the door, we're not gonna jump you. We're not gonna just come outside, we're not gonna jump you.
Log into their free game 7 days between July 3rd and August 20th and you get Leminisi the Gold-wing, a free legendary who is basically the spiritual love child of Sephiroth, and a fresh hairsprayed Karen who demands to see the manager to put a stop to enemies having buffs. She steals buffs like Elon steals credit for other people's work, blocks new buffs like a League of Legends subreddit mod blocking any actual good posts, and breaks shields like XQC breaks his nuptials. But the only thing is, you apparently gotta start your login streak by July 31st though, so don't fumble the bag. But then keep logging in another 7 days to get her dripped out and exclusive gear, like the Met Gala but with more stabbing. Then these Raid devs must have been on some Mad Hatter levels of Zaza when they dropped this edgy goth remix of Alice in Wonderland. It's like Tim Burton and Hot Topic did shrooms together, and this is what came out the other side. Promo code GETALICE bags you Alice the Wanderer, an attack queen who nukes enemy cooldowns faster than an Asmongold chatter can type W. Pair her with someone who drops defense debuffs, she'll farm damage numbers like Denim's farms react content. Other champs include Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat, Knave of Hearts, and Queen of Hearts, all looking like they crawled straight out of DeviantArt in the best way, all up for the taking thanks to the old Rady Shady. Now imagine if Ivern, Maokai, and that one weird druid dude from your local LARP had a podcast. That's the Sylvan Watchers faction. Promo code TreeHugger gets you Greenward and Ruark. A literal walking tree with vibes so ancient he probably still has a MySpace. They live in Mistwood, basically Elden Ring's poison swamp but with more attitude. Their champs got mushrooms growing off them, bark skin, and outfits that scream, I forage but make it fashion. Deadass they look so cool you'll main them just to flex in clan chat. If you're built different and love raw, tribal power, Raid's got the barbarians. Imagine Renekton, Darius, and Kratos had a baby from a three-way and no one knows who the dad is. Promo code Desert Queen lands you to Hanarok, a legendary that drops fat debuffs like greedy YouTubers drop apology videos. Brings turn meter control, which sounds boring but it's apparently more meta than playing ADCs in the bot lane, and it has drip that makes Set look like he shops clearance. These champs rock savage scars, bone armor, and weapons chunkier than Linus Tech Tips thumbnails. Let's say you are feeling frisky and want some Gimli meets Rady Shady action, then you are in luck because entering code Demon Slayer gets you legendary Tholen Foulbeard, who is one of the best dungeon boss clearers known to man. Now for the juiciest buff, new players can snag Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Promo code MONKEYKING. Within 72 hours of download, bro is a walking your buff is mine highlight reel. Steals all buffs from everyone like a Moranth stealing the spotlight on any Twitch panel, and slaps block buffs on enemies so they stay more naked than a Moranth once you click on said panel. Ignores 50% defense dropping crits that only a 6-item Jhin can relate to. He dies? Nah. He just respawns himself like a scuffed Zillion ult. The dude is built to grief bosses and clowns in arena. Now, y'all know I'm a degenerate for loot boxes. Raid has shards, blue, purple, orange, summon champs from these bad boys. You roll, you react. Even if you pull a Walmart brand champ, you can eat them to level up the chads you actually play. It's like opening packs in FIFA or Pokemon, but with less existential regret. So I cracked open a legendary shard, right? Heart racing face cam off, praying to RN Jesus like it's world's finals, and out pops Oathbound. Tell me why this dude looks like if Gandalf, Robocop, and a discount Lannister knight got drunk at medieval times and fused via forbidden alchemy. Bro is built like the final boss at a Renaissance fair that takes your lunch money and your girlfriend. The dude brings freeze that hits like the ice bucket challenge but meaner turn meter slapdowns, so the enemy team basically plays on dial-up and a passive so stubborn it feels like debating in Twitch chat at 3 AM. Real talk, raid hits different cause the PvE campaign slaps, you can actually see your team get swole, and there's enough content to keep you grinding longer than OTK stays beefing with Ludwig. And designs? Sylvan Watchers alone make me want to grow a moss beard. So listen up, click my link or scan the QR code on screen. You get ultimate Galek right away, big orc boy who yoinks turn meter. Plus Zargala and epic support queen after hitting level 15. And choose one legendary via the promo codes we just talked about to get pimped the fuck out. Not to mention there are 2 promo codes for existing players, Gamaleap and Pages 500 to get smaller rewards like Energy XP, Bruce Silver and Plarium points. Anyways, come add me in game, join my clan, and let's grief bosses together. Big thanks to Raid for keeping the lights on, because God knows no one else is for me lately. Smash the like, subscribe por favor, and drop your weirdest shard pull in the comments. I'm off to open more shards and brush my teeth. Rav out.